yourself?
My name is Christian Knock. Princess Diana followed me around 3 different times. First time it was in Fountain Valley when I was playing basketball. And I seen her out there, and she had blonde hair, short blonde hair, blue jeans on. She's out in the grass about 75 yards away, and I didn't know it was her. So then she watched me body surf at Newport Beach one time, and we was on MTV. So like, I live with Polynesian guys in the Mormon church, and I served a Mormon mission in South Carolina and Idaho 1 year each. And then, but when I came back home, I went back out to California, and I really wasn't supposed to be out there, but I went out there, and then the third time I was in a hospital, and they dimmed the lights, and she walked in and says, "Christian Robert Knock here," and they said, "Yeah," and she hid her UK accent, her English accent. She didn't have. She had like an American accent, so she walked in and sat down on the bed and started talking to some people, and then I got kind of a headache. You don't have any Tylenol, do you?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
So anyway,
Sorry.
they dimmed the lights, so I didn't know it was her. And then I was kind of speaking in code. There's some stupid stuff going on in the hospital that I really can't talk about. But I went upstairs and I get this phone call from my friend in Utah. He said, "We can't find it." I said, "What do you mean you can't find it?" They said, "We can't find it at the hospital," because they was trying to get me out of there. And I was in this place called Selmar, California, and so I went up. When I also said, I said, "Do you remember Ferris Weaver and Spencer?" And Spencer was Diana's name before she married Prince Charles. There's some kid at Roy High, because I was a Roy High Royal.
Mm-hmm.
See, so that makes sense because she watched me from end of middle school all the way through high school, and I didn't know she was watching me all these years. And then she had a crush on me, and so, and plus I used to look a lot better back then. I was 23 years old, and then so I said Spencer, and I happened to say Spencer, and I go upstairs and they're scratching their heads, saying like, "How did he know she was in here?" And I figured out later, because I remember that blonde lady in the grass watching me play basketball, because I dunked the basketball too. And so I was just playing regular hoops, you know. I wasn't trying to show off or nothing, but that's how I play. Larry Bird, when he see me playing on a rec team in Salt Lake City, said I could have been an all-star.
Oh wow.
But the Utah Jazz blacklisted me. As far as I know, the Utah Jazz blacklisted me because they didn't want competition for Stockton. Because I'm the same height as him, and he's Irish German. I'm Irish native, but I was adopted by a German family, and my dad was full-blooded German. His people came over before World War II, and so he had a top-secret security clearance because he helped design a space shuttle. Also, 1974, he saw it on paper and helped design it and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he worked for McDonnell Douglas, which is in Long Beach, and that's where I'm from originally. But in '79, we moved to Utah. And I got my first shiner in third grade in Long Beach. So all these kids didn't know I was real tough when I was in high school. And I used to beat the heck out of these kids that would mess with me. They're either jealous or they didn't like me or something. But so Diana, she I guess she was watching me the whole time. I didn't even know it. But yeah, she died in 1997.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say anything that'll get you in trouble, so I'm not going to do it. Because, anyway, you're just out there for a story, I guess. But I can sit here and go on. I can tell you about my whole life, but they make movies about my life.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. That my aunt worked at MGM Studios in Hollywood in the fashion department, so she knew all the stars and stuff like that. And I know Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I don't know Matt Damon personally, but I always tell Matt not to live too hard because he makes movies about me and stuff. And Ben Affleck, I saw him in West El Paso. He gave me $20 one time, and he left a message on my old friend's answer machine. And there's no mistaking his voice, so I know it freaked her out when she got it. Because he said, "Hi Ken, this is Ben Affleck. Christian's a good friend of mine," and he left this long message, and I know she got it. So she lives down there in Orem or whatever. But my whole life is like you can make a movie. You can make a bunch. They have. Steven Spielberg made a movie about my life.
Oh yeah.
It's called Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that or not,
I
but
have.
there's endless. Like Shooter, they made that movie about me too. Because like when I was in 12 years old, I won a silver medal in scouting for shooting. And they try to ad lib it, but see, they make some other movies about me that they spice it up with, like they kill people.
Yeah.
But I ain't never killed nobody.
Yeah.
I'm innocent, you know. So, but I have a gift from God. That's why I'm still alive. I had like 17 attempts on my life,
Holy
and
cow.
they all failed. I had 3 guns pulled on me: a MAC-10, two Glock 9mm pulled on me, and they all jammed. And it's just because Jesus watches out for me because I served my mission faithfully, and I got an honorable release. And then, but like I say, I lived in Utah 30 years, California 20 years. I've been all over the hemisphere: Costa Rica, Miami, all over Latin America, Mexico City, Tijuana, Juarez, and then Boston. I lived there in Boston for a month, Mexico City for a month, and I was in Costa Rica for almost 2 weeks. No, it was either a week or almost 2 weeks, and then. But Miami, I wish I lived there. That's a nice place.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami Beach. I went
Is that your
Miami.
favorite?
Yeah. Well, see, on my mission, I never got to go to the coast in South Carolina and see the ocean. So once I got back to Utah, I flew out to Orlando, and then I caught an Amtrak to Kissimmee, Florida. In Kissimmee, down to Miami Beach. And I got there at nighttime, and there's a big cruise liner out there on the coast, and it's all lit up. It's at nighttime, beautiful. And I took my shoes and socks off, waded out in the water, and you can see clear to the bottom because it's white sand and it's crystal clear water. And they guard that water a lot because there's no drilling out there on the coast and stuff like that, like in California.
Yeah.
They have oil spills out there sometimes, and it turns the water a little darker. But in Miami, it's crystal clear water out there. And I almost didn't make it out of there because I ran out of money. I didn't have enough money to catch the Amtrak back to Orlando for my flight. And then so when I was on the bus, I met this Chinese girl, and she went to the Keys, and then we met up back by chance at the Amtrak station. And I was worried about using our phones because the phones didn't work. No matter if you put money in there, it didn't work. So I couldn't call a relative or ask for help. I would have got stuck down there. I would have got killed or something. And then she gave me enough money to catch the Amtrak back to Orlando for my flight out of there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a long story, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I used to say I could go on forever, you know. That's about my life. Because, like, you wouldn't believe all the stuff that happened. Yeah.
Well, I'm eager to hear whatever you want to share.
Okay, I'll tell you. One time I mean, I don't want to sit here and brag, but this is all true, factual stuff. One time I fasted for 4 days, 96 hours, no food, no water, and this celebrity that was bugging me really bothered me. She still bothers me to this day, and she had to pay up $96 million in her divorce. So every hour I fasted, she had to pay up $1 million. Yeah, crazy, huh?
That is.
Yeah. So I'm pretty special. The Colombian Amazonian natives said that an angel would come down from heaven and help them get their land back. And I did a lot of conservation work. I took $500,000 worth of photos in the jungle. And they got swindled out from under me. And then I had this friend. He was my friend from 17 till now, but he turned on me, and he went to the Royal Academy of Arts in London. So, and that's another reason why I died alike, because of him, I guess. I don't know if he contacted her or what, or she asked him questions about me, but I'm an artist, photographer. I sing also because I got punched in the throat in North Charleston. I sing. I sound real good too when I sing. And then, but I couldn't carry it to him before that.
Oh wow.
It was crazy stuff. And then, what happened was I used to refuel aircraft at Ogden Airport and Millionaire, Long Beach. We could get Coast Guard helicopters coming in. We were supposed to refuel them. And then over there at Ogden Airport, I worked for 9 months, and I paid in Social Security. So when I got my disability at 23, I got double the amount of Social Security money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Congress come out in San Diego, said they were going to cut me off. So I called the Pentagon and kind of bitched and moaned about it. Excuse my language. I kind
You're
of
fine.
moaned and groaned about it, and it kind of like made a couple chess moves on, so they wouldn't cut my Social Security money off, because that's my only income. That's how I survived all these years, 33 years getting chased around. But yeah, once I was 23, everything was crazy stuff. I got chased all over Los Angeles, and then they put me in a hospital, and then some bad stuff happened in there. And then 2 years after that, the Northridge earthquake hit. They call it the Northridge earthquake, but it's actually the Selma earthquake. Because in 72, I think it was 72 or 74, my dad was in the bathroom and we was in Long Beach, and the house started moving and shaking. And my dad goes, "What's going on?" He's in the bathroom, and we was all laughing. He says, "It's an earthquake." I think that was in 72, yeah. And my dad was still alive, but he died when I was 8 years old. And 2 weeks after he baptized me into the Mormon church. And it was on my birthday when he baptized me, and then 2 weeks later he died of liver cancer. But he's full-blooded German, and I'm pretty sure he was a king because his people came over before World War II.
Okay.
After World War I, and then they just always they stuck with the German people. And but my dad was real smart. He helped design the F-14 Tomcat, the F-4 Phantom, and the space shuttle. And McDonnell Douglas is a very prestigious company, but they teamed up with Boeing, which I didn't like. And I used to work right there at the airport, right next to McDonnell Douglas after my dad died. I was a lineman on a refueling company called Millionaire Long Beach, like I said. So anyway, you want to hear anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, well, try to think of something else. Costa Rica's nice.
Is it?
Yeah, I went down there and I wanted to take pictures in the jungle. They had a brand new airport when I got there, and I got off the plane. I called my friend in New York. I says, I'm in Costa Rica, and he got all excited and stuff. I says, I'm gonna take some pictures in the jungle. I had a 300 millimeter zoom lens and a Pentax PZ10, which is like 6 megapixels or whatever. But if I'd have had more megapixels, I would have had very expensive photos. But they ended up being worth like $500,000. And also, and then
do you still do art? Do you still take photography?
I'm a very good artist. I did 4 headshots of Christy Turlington, of Supermodel. I gave them to this girl named Laura up in Ogden when I lived up there. And I did a painting of a warrior for the Mormon church, and I gave it to them, and then they gave it back to me because they knew I was going to need it later on. But I heard a rumor that it was worth $400 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a very good artist.
That's awesome.
But the thing is as far as Costa Rica goes, I said, I want to see, I told the taxi cab driver, take me to I want to go to Monte Verde rainforest. And so he took me to the Monte Verde bus station, and I got jet lag really bad, hit me at the bus station because I was going to go up north and go try to take pictures of quetzals, which is a rare Mayan bird, and very beautiful. They call them resplendent quetzals.
I just left my coffee. Oh, I see.
And so
that is a cool color.
they're beautiful. They're beautiful animals. Like, they were so revered by the Mayans that it was punishable by death if you killed one, the Mayan natives. And then so I was in Monte Verde bus station. I got jet lag, and I asked her, is there a hotel around here in Spanish? Because they speak back then I didn't speak that much Spanish, but I was speaking better now. And I lived in Mexico for 2 years. But anyway, so I asked for a hotel, and they said there's one right there. And so I went to this hotel called Hotel Fran. And there's this lady in there named Francine, and she owned it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so I stayed there for a long time, and I gave her extra money and stuff. And then later on, I wired her $1,000 to let her know I was pleased with the photos I got, because Jose, her friend, which is a taxi cab driver, took me down southwest towards this national park, and I got a little yellow bird on a branch, alligators and logger alligators. I got lizards, leafcutter ants, and a moth. What else did I get? I got a map of the that was on the shack out front, and I took a picture of my taxi cab driver and the park guide. It's so hot in that jungle. Like I only could stand in being in there for maybe about 20 minutes. I had to get out. At 15-20 minutes I had to leave. It was too hot for me. And I kept thinking about these Vietnam vets over there in the jungles over there. I couldn't understand how they could stand that, how they had to put up with that heat. Because that's how hot it is in the jungle. It's hot, steamy hot.
Humid.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't there during the rainy season. I think I was there during the dry season in Costa Rica, and then. But I got some great photos. I sent. My friend has my ex-friend. He has a set of them, and they swindled them out from under me, and I guess Julia Roberts and Harrison Ford didn't like me, so they wanted to get the money I had coming to me from the photographs, and they swindled. They took my memory card in Tijuana, and it was crazy stuff.
It is.
Yeah, but they joined the conservation group because this other lady that when I fasted, she had to pay up all that money. She's been bugging me the whole time. This lady, she's crazy. She's a singer, celebrity, and yeah. I don't know why they joined the conservation group. I guess it's just they just, I don't know if it was because of me or they wanted to get to me or what. But they're not very nice people. And I had this guy I admired. He went to Harvard University, top of his class, helped all the primates around the world. Practically single-handedly saved all the species.
Wow.
That are around right now, and his name is Dr. Russell A. Mittermeier, and he graduated from Harvard. And I have a few friends that are in high places now that are helping me out and stuff when I'm on the street, because I don't stay at a hotel or nothing like that right now, because in the middle of the night they pound on my door and stuff like that, wake me up. It's useless to pay rent if that's gonna happen, you know, and the managers don't do anything. So that's all I got to say for now.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.